Let me tell you something nobody warns you about. When you first meet a narcissist, they are the most charming person in the room. Attentive, warm, magnetic. They make you feel like the most important person in the world. And then slowly, so slowly, you almost don't notice. Everything changes, the warmth disappears, the charm becomes a weapon, and suddenly you're walking on eggshells in a relationship you don't even recognize anymore, questioning your memory, doubting your instincts, apologizing for things that were never your fault, because today I am not going to tell you how to spot a narcissist. I am going to give you something more powerful than that. I am going to tell you the 5 things that narcissists absolutely cannot stand, the 5 tactics that take away their power, the 5 moves that shift everything in your favor without you raising your voice or losing your dignity. If this already resonates with you, subscribe and join the community. Because this channel does not sugarcoat whatsoever, just real psychology facts delivered in the simplest way possible so you can actually put them into your daily life. Become better, more self-aware, and more knowledgeable in every area. Everything you need to understand yourself and the people around you is right here. Now let's get into it. 1. Go gray rock. This is the tactic that narcissists fear more than anything else, and most people have never heard of it. Here is how it works. A narcissist does not want your anger. They do not want your tears. They do not even want your happiness. What they want, what they are always hunting for, is your reaction. Your reaction is their fuel. It confirms their power over you. It tells them that they can still move you, still affect you, still control your emotional world with just a few words or a single look. Every time you cry, they win. Every time you defend yourself, they win. Every time you explain, justify, argue, or beg, they win. So you take all of that away. The gray rock method is simple. You become the most boring, uninteresting, emotionally flat version of yourself around them. One-word answers, neutral tone, no emotion on your face, no reaction in your body. They provoke you. You say, okay. They insult you. You say, They try to start a fight. You look at them like they are describing the weather. Watch what happens. Their whole system breaks down. Because they are fishing for a reaction, and you have become a pond with no fish. They will try harder at first. They will push more, say worse things, do more dramatic things. That is normal. That is withdrawal. They are addicted to your reaction, and you just cut off the supply. 2. Use documentation as your shield. Narcissists are masterful manipulators. They twist conversations. They rewrite history. They gaslight you into believing that what you clearly remember never actually happened. And most people try to fight this with emotion, with frustration, with raised voices and long explanations. That never works, because emotion is exactly what they want. Here is what works instead. Documentation. Start keeping a record, not to show them, not to use as evidence in an argument, but for yourself. Write down what was said, when it was said, how it made you feel. Screenshot messages, save voicemails, keep a private journal with dates and details. Because when someone tells you that you are imagining things, when they look you dead in the eye and say that never happened, you need something more powerful than your memory. You need proof, not for them, for you. Because the most dangerous thing a narcissist does is not the insult or the manipulation. It is the slow erosion of your trust in your own mind. The moment you start questioning your own memory is the moment they have complete control over your reality. Just knowing it exists, just knowing that your truth is protected, gives you a confidence they cannot shake. They thrive in confusion. You just brought clarity. And clarity is the one thing a narcissist cannot manipulate. 3. Stop trying to make them understand. This is the one that will save you years of pain. If you have ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, you know this feeling. You explain how their behavior hurt you, carefully, clearly, with as much patience as you can find, and they either dismiss you completely, turn it around on you, or apologize in a way that changes absolutely nothing. So you try again, with better words this time, with more detail, with more vulnerability, thinking that if you can just find the right way to say it, something will finally click for them. It won't. Not because they don't understand you, but because understanding you serves them nothing. They already know what they did. The performance of not knowing is what keeps you coming back.
keeps you explaining, keeps you emotionally invested in getting a response that is never going to come. Every time you go back to make them understand, you're telling them one thing: you still need something from me. And as long as you need something from them, they have power over you. The day you stop needing them to understand, genuinely stop, not just say you have, is the day everything shifts. Because you are no longer standing at a door waiting for it to open. You walked away and found a door that was already open. This is not bitterness.
This is not giving up. This is the most radical act of self-respect you can perform. Stop explaining yourself to someone who is using your explanations against you. Your clarity is not for them. It is for you. 4. Enforce boundaries with consequences, not words. Narcissists are not afraid of your boundaries. They are afraid of your consequences. There is a difference. You can tell a narcissist your boundaries 100 times. I don't like when you speak to me that way. Please don't do that again. That is not okay with me. And every single time they will nod, maybe apologize, and then do the exact same thing again. Because a boundary without a consequence is just a request. And narcissists have learned through your own behavior that your requests have no teeth. Here is the shift. You stop announcing your boundaries and you start enforcing them. Someone disrespects you. You leave the room. Someone gaslights you. You end the conversation. Someone crosses a line. They lose access to you. Not as a punishment, not as a game, as a natural, calm, consistent consequence. No speech, no warning, no long explanation. Just action. This is what narcissists cannot handle because they are experts at manipulating words. They cannot manipulate your actions when you are no longer giving them words to work with. You said you would leave. You left. Conversation over. The most powerful boundary is the one you enforce in silence, with complete calm, with no drama and no negotiation. That is the language a narcissist actually understands. 5. Heal so completely that you stop needing them to acknowledge what they did. This is the one that changes everything, and I need you to really hear this. Most people who leave a narcissist carry one wound above all others. Not the arguments, not the manipulation, not even the gaslighting. The wound is this: they never admitted it. They never acknowledged what they did. They never said, I hurt you, and I am sorry, and I know it was wrong. So people wait. They wait for the apology, the acknowledgement. That acknowledgement is never coming. Not because narcissists are incapable of understanding what they did, but because admitting it would collapse the entire image they have built of themselves. And that image is the only thing they have. Here is the truth that will set you free. You do not need their acknowledgement to heal. You do not need them to admit it for it to have been real. You do not need their apology to close the chapter. You can decide, right now, today, without their permission, that what happened was real, that it was wrong, that you deserved better, and that you are moving forward anyway. That decision, that quiet, private, unilateral decision to heal without waiting for justice is the most devastating thing you can do to a narcissist because they built their power on your need for their validation. And the moment you genuinely stop needing it, the moment you are so healed, so whole, so completely okay without anything from them, their power over you collapses completely. Not because you fought them, because you became someone who no longer needed anything from them at all. That is not just peace, that is freedom. The kind they never expected you to find, the kind they have no weapon against. Narcissists are powerful only as long as you need something from them. Your reaction, your explanations, your hope that they will finally understand, your desperate need for the apology they will never give. Take all of that away, and there is nothing left for them to work with. Go gray rock and starve them of your reaction. Document everything and protect your reality. Stop trying to make them understand and protect your energy. Enforce boundaries with consequences, not words. And heal so completely that you stop needing anything from them at all. You were not weak for loving someone who didn't deserve it. You were human, but you do not have to stay in the story they wrote for you. You are allowed to write your own, and it starts the moment you decide that their acknowledgement, their apology, their understanding, is no longer the price of your peace. You already have everything you need to heal. You always did. If this video gave you something, a new perspective, a word for something you have been feeling, or simply made you feel less alone, subscribe and join the community, because this channel does not sugarcoat whatsoever. Just real psychology facts delivered in the simplest way possible so you can actually put them into your daily life. And if you know someone who is in a relationship with a narcissist right now, send them this video. Let it remind them that they are not crazy, that they are not weak, that they are simply human for loving someone who never deserved it, and that no matter how far gone it feels, they can always rewrite their own story. That is a gift you can give someone today with just one share. And if you are the narcissistic person in your relationship, I want you to know this video was also for you, not to shame you, not to attack you, but to help you see what your partner feels on the inside every single day. The confusion, the self-doubt, the waiting, the hoping. If this gave you even a small glimpse of that, let it change you. Let it make you a better partner. Because the greatest thing a person can do is look honestly at themselves and decide to grow. See you in the next trigger.